What's going on, trainers? I'm back again with another video, back again with another video. So we see his gorgeous and handsome face. Might I add, you already know that there's more Pokemon Go info. So in tonight's video, and I say tonight because tomorrow's Halloween, and speaking of Halloween, I am hoping all of you are enjoying your Safari Zones, because tomorrow's the last day for Safari Zone Philadelphia. I actually took my day today, and I caught a bunch of shinies. I'm gonna put it up on screen so you guys can check it out. A lot of shinies. I caught about 8 shinies and 1 hundo, first ever hundo Yamask. So I'm excited for that. Even though I didn't actually make it to go see Trainer Club, I still had a great time in Philadelphia. So that's a ton of hype. I'm happy for all the shinies that I got. Maybe next time I'll get a chance to actually see them one of these days, hopefully. So yeah, with that being said, guys, in today's video, or tonight's video, we're going to talk about the new update in Pokemon Go, and I'm going to be talking about something that I'm sure you already know of, and that's what's going to be included for next month in Pokemon Go, November 2021. So, and like I said, I already know that you guys already know, but I'm going to give you my version, my details, and my ideas on next month's events and all the greatness and all the new updates that's coming for next month. So, with that being said, guys, without further ado, we're not going to jump into this video now, but we're going to jump into this video right now. Let's go. Alright, good morning, trainers. So, like I said, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new APK update for Pokemon Go that's coming up real soon, and I'm going to be talking about everything that's going to be happening in November, which I'm sure you already know, like I mentioned in the intro, and I'm going to be talking about the 100% IVs for said Pokemon that's coming out for next month in November. So with that said, here we go. So the new update is going to be 0.223.0 APK, and this is the breakdown for it. So basically, this is the hints at Raid Ball selection, Hoopa signature moves, and more. Alright, so basically, the new update is going to be rolling out really soon, like I mentioned before. It's basically going to be update hints that we may get to select from different Pokeballs during raid encounters, some nice visual indicators when our Pokebox and item inventory are full, and you will also know, you also know the drill by now. Everything in this article is data mined and therefore subject to change or not even being released at all, because remember, this is not yet said by Niantic, but this is from a good source, which is PokemonGoHub.net. So this is a really big leaker, and everything that pretty much happens or is said from here is usually something that really does happen, but anything can change. So because it's not set in stone and it's not official, made by Niantic. So with that said, let's jump into this. Alright, so here's one thing that's already data mined. So like I said, it's the Raid Ball selection. It appears that the buttons have been added to change your Pokeball during raid encounters. So basically, when you finish doing raids, you normally get the premium raid ball. So with that, you know, you might be able to change from different balls or whatever. Or this might be a way that Niantic can actually add new balls to catch Pokemon, like lure balls and everything like that. But basically, we're just getting a chance to actually select different balls. Like, it might just be like the standard Pokeballs that we already have that's in the game, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, etc., etc. And then, or it might be a Master Ball, which it's still in the code. It's been in the code since the game came out. And but at this point, we really don't need Master Balls, really, because I mean, we've been catching legendaries for 5 years now. So I mean, we really don't need it anymore. So anyway, with that said, let's jump into the new moves. Alright, so the new moves is going to be basically be Psychic Fangs, Hyperspace Hole, and Hyperspace Fury. So, Psychic Fangs is what we're going to be seeing for, well, spoiler, but like I said, I'm sure you already know what the Community Day Pokemon is going to be, and that is Shinx. So, Shinx will actually have Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs is going to be exclusive to Shinx. Now, Hyperspace Hole is the signature move for Hoopa Confined, and Hyperspace Fury is the signature move of Hoopa Unbound. So, Tree of Life, full item and Pokemon collection. So basically, when you're getting your Pokemon and your box becomes full, now it's going to light up red. So now you can actually see when your Pokemon bag becomes full. But to me, this is kind of redundant, because when you go to catch a Pokemon and you can no longer catch any more Pokemon because your bag is full, it's going to tell you your bag is full, and therefore kind of like making this, redundant. But hey, this is something that's new. So anyway, with that said, let's jump to the next thing. Also, you're going to see an orange dot right in the middle, also at the bottom of your screen, of when your Pokebag gets full. So this is actually pretty cool. So this way you'll actually know before clicking on that next Pokemon that your bag is full. But like I said, even if you were to click on it, it's not going to matter, because the notification is pretty much going to tell you that your Pokemon bag is already full. So again, it's still redundant to me. But anyway, this is a pretty nice, new update for this part of Pokemon Go. Anyhow, let's get into more. Alright, so they're going to be basically doing the same thing for your item bag too. So also there's that also, but I mean, it's pretty much going to do the same thing with your Pokemon bag and your item bag. It's pretty much going to tell you, it's going to give you a notification saying that your item bag is full when you try to receive more items from wherever, whether it's a battle or Team Rocket, whatever it is. But I mean, hey, like I said, there's that, so that's still pretty cool. Anyhow, the Pokemon Go Plus simulator. Now, let's get into that. Alright, so basically here it says these were added to the Pokemon Go Plus GUI and the settings. This could be Niantic testing the Pokemon Go Plus functionality, or it could be a virtual Go Plus that's part of the actual game and not a physical bracelet. The latter will most likely be a part of a paid subscription service. So, I don't know, it might be something in-game that Niantic is actually doing as part of the Go Plus. So if you have a Go Plus, you can use that, and they might add something where in-game where you don't necessarily have to use a Go Plus, and but it might be a paid subscription of some sort. So this way you can actually catch Pokemon without using a Go Plus, but it's something that'll be built in the game for us to do so. So with that said, that's pretty cool if that happens. But the paid service, remember, I know a lot of people are free to play and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's another thing. You guys know all about that already. So with that said, let's get into more. Alright, so now, not really sure what this means, but max frame rate unlocked. This section has been added to the advanced settings and unlocks the max frame rate of your device when it's enabled. I'm sure this will be great for visuals and not so great for your battery life. Alright, so there's going to be something called postcard sharing. Share with friends, do not share. You'll be given the option to share your trainer information on the postcard or opt out. Postcard options, it was previously reported that you would be able to create, delete, and send postcards. Pokemoners have confirmed that the deopsification, that this is correct. Postcards have been mined as far back as the 0.205.0 update. Alright, so now we talk about mementos. So basically, mementos will contain the following information: type, location, when they were added, and what postcards they will go with. There's also a list of mementos which suggests you might be able to have several of them at the same time. The mementos list contains the type of the momentum, the S2 cell location bounds, and the start-end time of the bounding. Now, the other data mine is gift details state. This is likely to support the new postcards, and the GUI updates is going to be all of this here, so you can actually pause the video and check this out for yourselves. So, all the buttons and options from the menu where you'll be able to look through your postcards. And here are some updates from Pokestop Lure animation updates. Like I said, you can pause the video and check all this out if you choose to. Some updates to the effects displayed by lures and tutorials, new tutorials. Basically, it's going to be challenge catch raspberries, should show lure tutorial. Lure tutorial introduced lure button prompt shown, lure button dialog shown. A couple of new tutorials, one for raspberries and a lure tutorial. Update to power up tutorials. So this is all the updates and data mines. new animations for the power-up Pokestops and Gems tutorial, and technical stuff. New assets, Pokemon is graphics, some assets found in this update, and raid logging is going to be none map explore state, gym route complete, map explore state function, and the map explore state is the thing that renders the map and all the Pokemon stops and gyms. Essentially, the raid logging now includes the information from completed raids. Last is going to be WebSocket updates. So you have all of this here. WebSockets can now retry failed connections back to the server. Lucky friend syncing. The game will now sync lucky friends between friends, which should fix the bug where one friend displays as lucky and the other doesn't. So basically, that's going to be all for the updates, for the new update, I should say, for the 0.223.0 APK breakdown. And yeah, so basically, we're going to be getting Hoopa and Hoopa Unbound's new moves, and the Community Day move from Shinx, which is called Psychic Fangs. So with that said, now we're going to jump into everything that we're going to be seeing for next month in November. Here we go. Alright, so for next month, I'm going to be talking about everything from perfect IVs to the events and so forth and so on. Now, the first thing is going to be coming in November. It's going to be called Festival of Lights and more. November Research Breakthrough Encounters is going to be Monday, November the 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to Wednesday, December the 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be seeing Vullaby. Vullaby is usually found in Strange Eggs, which is the 12-kilometer eggs. But if you've never hatched these eggs or never could get Vullaby for whatever reason from those eggs, you don't have to worry about any of that, because now you can get Vullaby from these Research Breakthrough Encounters, which it can't be shiny or anything like that. But a lot of people are also kind of heated because they had to spend money to hatch those eggs to get Vullaby, but now it's going to be free in Breakthrough Research boxes. But I mean, it's been like that, like with Shinx C-Day, which is coming up. But a lot of people are now trying to play for free, which is a good thing, because Niantic is going to start switching all this stuff up. So from this point on, whatever Pokemon new that's coming out, just try to like be patient for that shiny or that hundo or whatever it is, because this proves to you that Niantic is going to start bringing all the oldest shinies and everything like that, and all the Pokemon that you can hatch from eggs. They're going to start making them free, and then all the newest Pokemon like Gen 7, Gen 8, whatever Pokemon new that's coming out when it releases its shiny or whenever it gets a C-Day, that's just how Niantic is going to start doing it, as you can already start seeing now. This is the second Pokemon, first being Shinx, and now this is Vullaby. So just have patience and don't use incubators. Don't try to raid so much unless it's a legendary or something like that. So now you know what to do. So just keep that in mind. So now we're going to move on to the next thing. Now, the weekly one Pokecoin bundles, which we've already been getting from month to month. So basically, like every other month, every Monday in November, a one-time purchase bundle containing a remote raid pass and other items will be available in the shop for one Pokecoin. The featured Pokemon in raids is going to be 5-star raids. It's going to be Darkrai. We already know that because we already have Darkrai right now, until Friday, November the 5th. And then remember, it can be shiny, obviously. Friday, November the 5th to Tuesday, November the 16th, you're going to get Cobalion, which can be shiny. Next is going to be Terrakion, which can be shiny, which I still need that shiny. And Virizion, I also still need that shiny. So those are the three. It's going to be called the Swords of Justice. I believe that's what they're called. From Tuesday, November the 16th to Wednesday, December the 1st, we're going to see Cresselia, and I still need that shiny. So this is going to be a pretty cool month for me, hopefully. And obviously, if you're lucky, you can get their shiny counterparts. And Darkrai caught during the period will know the attack Sludge Bomb, which we already know that. Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion caught during this period will know the attack Sacred Swords. So, with that said, let's jump into the Mega Raids. Alright, so until Friday, November the 5th, Mega Absol, which we already know. Friday, November the 5th to Tuesday, November the 16th, we're going to see Mega Manectric, with which both of those can be shiny. It's been out also before. And Tuesday, November the 16th to Wednesday, December the 1st, Mega Lopunny, which can be shiny, which we've had that in the past as well. And if you're lucky, you can also get its shiny counterpart. Now, don't forget about Raid Hour. So Raid Hour is for Darkrai, November the 3rd. The mythical Pokemon Darkrai, November the 10th, is Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. All can be shiny. And November the 17th to November the 24th, you're going to get Cresselia in raids as part of the Raid Hour. So they all can be shiny. It's going to be a ton of hype for those of you that don't have these shinies, such as myself. But yeah, with that said, let's get into more of what's going on in the month of November. Alright, so Pokemon Spotlight Hours. In the month of November, Pokemon Spotlight Hour will take place Tuesday. Oh, from Tuesday 6 to 7 p.m. You already know that. And here's the Pokemon that's going to be featured. November the 2nd, it's going to be Cacnea with a 2-time Catch Candy. Can't be shiny. At least not yet. November the 9th, Chinchou, 2 times Transfer Candy, which it can be shiny, so that's going to be pretty cool too. November the 16th, Turtwig, 2 times Catch Stardust, can be shiny, because remember we had that C-Day. November the 23rd, Chimchar, 2 times Catch XP, can be shiny, and we also had this for C-Day. Also, here's another C-Day Pokemon that we've had just recently. November the 30th is going to be Piplup with a 2 times Catch Candy. Now, before you start complaining, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you know, we've had these Pokemon for C-Day like I just mentioned. You know, but for some reason, it's a reason for Niantic, you know, re-bringing these Pokemon out for Spotlight Hours. Maybe people don't have that shiny or couldn't participate in C-Day, couldn't, you know, for whatever reason, or it could be an upcoming event that Niantic is going to take part of, which is why we had Murkrow for this event. So, I mean, and then we had that for Spotlight Hour also. So, there's always going to be a reason why Niantic does what they do. So, you can't really complain but so much, you know, because what if you didn't have a certain Pokemon? And I've mentioned this in the past in some of my other videos, but you guys get the idea. But this is what Niantic does, you know, to counter, or to interact rather, with other events that are coming. So with that said, we're going to get into more on what's coming in November. Alright, so as you already know, or should know, November's Community Day is going to be Shinx. Shinx is usually found in raids, tier 1 raids, but like I said, a lot of people are mad about this too, because we had to raid for it and we had to spend money. But you know, this also, like I said, it teaches you a lesson, just like I was talking about with Vullaby. Anyway, join us on Sunday, November the 21st from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time for a Community Day event featuring Shinx, the Flash Pokemon. Shinx will be appearing more frequently in the wild if you evolve Luxio during the event, or up to 2 hours afterwards to get a Luxray that knows the charge attack, Psychic Fangs. So, I'm going to be talking about its 100% IVs for this Pokemon also, and Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion. And yeah, so with that said, let's jump into more of this. Alright, so here's the upcoming events. So basically it's going to be Festival of Lights starting November the 5th to November the 14th. It's time to celebrate lights, overcoming darkness with an all-new event. So all new, so it's going to be probably some really good spawns, some probably new, pretty good shinies. November the 5th is really close by. It's actually the next week, actually. And like I mentioned in my last video, it's the event called Dia de Muertos, which is actually called Day of the Dead, if you don't already know. And that's going to be from, actually tomorrow, actually, from November the 1st to November the 2nd. It's a 2-day event. In my last video I said 1, but it's really a 2-day if you look at it. But anyway, we will be celebrating the Dia de Muertos with a special event for trainers around the world, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl celebration event celebrating the launch of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl with a special event from November the 16th to November the 21st. So that's why they're doing the Piplup, Chimchar, and the, what was the other one? Chimchar, Piplup, and Turtwig. So that's why they're doing the Spotlight Hour. So like I said, that's probably why Niantic is giving certain Spotlight Hours, because it's to coincide with certain events. So that's why they do that. Now, Here's a questionable, the Season of Mischief event, which will close out with an epic event. So we don't really know what we'll be getting from this. From November 26th to November the 29th, trainers who complete the Misunderstood Mischief special research story will be able to unlock a special research story where trainers will have an opportunity to learn more about Hoopa. Stay tuned. So if you notice, I was talking about how there's a new move for Hoopa Confined and Hoopa Unbound. Well, this is probably the reason, and I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos back, because obviously since we already have Hoopa, we're going to get Hoopa Unbound. So that's going to be a ton of hype. We're getting its new move set and everything like that. So yeah, with that being said, guys, now we're going to jump into the 100% IVs for Shinx, Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion before I wrap this video up. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the Community Day Pokemon, Shinx. Max CP is going to be 990, attack is going to be 117, defense is going to be 64, and stamina is going to be 128. Shinx is an electric type Pokemon. Its best moveset is going to be Spark and Thunderbolt, and it's going to have a 6.96 DPS. Shinx is vulnerable to ground type moves, and it's going to be boosted by rain weather, and over this way it's actually been raining a lot, so if it's rained during Community Day, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Shinx. So yeah, there's that. Now, it was originally found in the Sinnoh region, Gen 4 Pokemon, and with that being said, let's jump into more on Shinx. Alright, so Shinx, its weakness is the ground type. It's going to do 160% damage. Resistance is going to be electric, flying, and steel, all doing a 62.5% damage. So its best movesets is going to be Spark and Thunderbolt, as I already mentioned. Tackle and Discharge, 6.90 DPS. Tackle and Thunderbolt, 6.76 DPS. Spark and Discharge, 6.20 DPS. Spark and Swift, it does 5.03 DPS. And Tackle and Swift, 4.76 DPS. Alright, so like I said, Shinx is normally found in raids, but since this is Community Day, it's not going to be in raids, so you don't have to worry about the 100% IVs for that, even though it's 500. Anyhow, research encounters. Level 15, the 100% IV is going to be CP 375. The wild encounter, non-weather boosted, is going to be CP 751. That's what you're going to want to look for. And the weather boosted, level 35, it's going to be CP 813. So that's what you're going to look for the 100% IVs for Shinx. So with that said, now we're going to get into Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion before I wrap this video up. So stay tuned. Alright, so Terrakion is going to be a rock and fighting type. Max CP is going to max out at 4,181. Attack is 260, defense is 192, and stamina is going to be 209. And the special attack is 260, defense 192, and 209 stamina. Terrakion's best move sets is going to be Smackdown and Rock Slide with a 14.25 DPS. Terrakion is vulnerable to Fairy, Fighting, Grass, Ground, Psychic, Steel, and Water type moves. Terrakion is boosted by partly cloudy weather and cloudy weather, and it was originally found in Unova region, Gen 5. Alright, so its weaknesses is all going to do a 160% damage, but its resistance is to Bug, Dark, Fire, Normal, Poison, and Rock type, all doing a 62.5% damage. Alright, so now, as I stated before, its best moveset is going to be Smackdown, Rock Slide. Next is going to be Smackdown Close Combat, 13.33 DPS. Smackdown Earthquake, 13.27 DPS. Zen Headbutt Rock Slide, 12.57 DPS. Zen Headbutt Close Combat, 11.75 DPS. And Zen Headbutt and Earthquake with 11.45 DPS. Alright, so the 100% IVs for Terrakion. It's going to be non-weather boosted. It's going to be level 20. It's going to be CP 2113. That's the 100% IVs. And weather boosted, level 25, it's going to be CP 2641. Now, with that said, let's jump into Virizion. Alright, so now Virizion is a grass and fighting type. It can be maxed out at 3417, attack 192, defense 229, stamina is going to be 209, and its best moveset is going to be quick attack and leaf bleed, 11.65 DPS, and it's going to be vulnerable to fairy, fire, flying, ice, poison, and psychic type moves. Virizion is going to be boosted by sunny and cloudy weather, and it was originally found in the Unova region, Gen 5. Alright, so its weaknesses is all going to do 160% damage. Except for flying, it's going to be 256% damage. Resistance is to dark, electric, grass, ground, rock, and water, all doing a 62.5% damage. Alright, so you already know the best moveset for Virizion, but the next is going to be Zen Headbutt, Leaf Blade, 10.95 DPS, Quick Attack, Close Combat, 10.06 DPS, Quick Attack, Stone Edge, 8.75 DPS, Zen Headbutt, Close Combat, 8.49 DPS, Zen Headbutt, Stone Edge, 7.90 DPS. Alright, now for Virizion's 100% IV. So level 20 non-weather boosted, it's going to be CP 1727, and weather boosted level 25, it's going to be 2159. So that's what you're going to look for the 100% IVs for Virizion. Now with that said, let's go to Cobalion. Alright, so last but not least, we're going to talk about Cobalion. It's a steel and fighting type, and it can be maxed out at 3417, attack is 192, defense is 229, stamina is 209. Cobalion's best moveset is going to be Metal Claw and Sacred Sword with a 12.82 DPS, and Cobalion is going to be vulnerable to fighting, fire, ground type moves, and Cobalion is boosted by snow and cloudy weather, and it was originally found in the Unova region, also in Generation 5. Alright, so its weaknesses, as I mentioned, is also going to do 160% damage. Resistance is going to be to Bug, Poison, Rock, Dark, Dragon, Grass, Ice, Normal, and Steel type, with Bug, Poison, and Rock doing a 39.1% damage, and the rest being a 62.5% damage. Alright, so as mentioned, you already know its best movesets, but it's going to do 12.82 DPS, Zen Headbutt, Sacred Sword, 11.36 DPS, Metal Claw, Iron Head, 10.27 DPS, Metal Claw, Close Combat, 10.19 DPS, Metal Claw, Stone Edge, 9.59 DPS, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, 8.85 DPS, and Zen Headbutt in Close Combat with 8.45 DPS. Actually, I missed one. It's going to be Zen Headbutt and Stone Edge, 7.88 DPS as well. So now with that said, we're going to jump into its 100% IVs. Alright, so here's the 100% IVs before I wrap this video up. So, for Cobalion, non-weather boosted, level 20, it's going to be CP 1727, that's the 100% IVs for Cobalion. And weather boosted, level 25, it's going to be CP 2159, that's the 100% IVs for Cobalion. So, with that being said, guys, if you like this video, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share my video where we share cool stuff. Comment down below, smack a like on this video, turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to get my videos when I upload. And as always, guys, peace and love, stay blessed, stay humble, and keep God first, because God is love and He's #1. And I'm out. Peace.